So far, messy, but I don't care. Good morrow, everybody. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my Sunny Side Up pal. And we have a very special Sunny Side Up pal, Graphically Alex, today joining me. Yay! Today is our first time chit-chatting on camera, and we're just gonna have a lot of fun. And what we're doing today is we are exploring on Reddit under the sub Fatlogic.
Yes, I'm ready.
Because I love a headache. But also, so we're gonna post, or we're doing my video, and then we're also gonna do a video for him. So after this video, go ahead and check out his channel and watch his. Or if you're coming from his channel, thank you for coming to mine to watch mine. Thank you very much.
We're gonna hunt some zombies today. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Okay, now let me do. So we are on Fatlogic, the first page. This is just from, I'm just gonna go from the top to the bottom. This is a very active subreddit, and they there's a lot of posts, like literally almost every hour. I feel sometimes, like some days people are busy, especially on the weekends.
Yeah, it is it is crazy. I was looking at it too, and it's pretty fast,
wild. Yeah, I actually just filmed for my members another Fatlogic video that's going to post tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this one says, I'm begging these people to realize fringe eating disorders exist. It's always okay to eat. Let's open this. It's always okay to eat. You don't have to limit how much you eat. Eating when you're sad or happy or bored is good and healthy. Eating until you're uncomfortably full is fine. I don't think so. Snacking constantly throughout the day is fine. Eating seconds or thirds or fourths or more is fine. You don't have to feel hungry to eat. It doesn't have to be a certain time of day to eat. First of all, this person fucking loves eating.
I just think you can also not. It's okay not to.
It's okay not to eat.
It's okay to not constantly eat all the time. That's also okay. Yeah.
I feel like people forget too that like you also have to give your body a chance to digest.
Yeah.
Like, does that, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess digestion doesn't exist in the fat acceptance logic. They're just like, let's just keep feeding it. Okay, what part of day or a certain time of day to eat? If you just ate and you feel hungry again, and it seems like you shouldn't be hungry, then eat some more.
Oh my gosh.
This really does sound schmishmortared. Like,
it sounds like they're 1,000%. Yeah. I mean, this person's so blatant. This is like
it's like they're trying to like recruit people into fringe beating.
Yeah. For those of you guys on my channel, this may even be a bloater. This is pretty bad.
They're totally a bloater. They're
like
making them
completely actively recruiting. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. They're like, we need more for the horde.
Yeah.
Okay. If you just ate and you feel hungry, okay, no, eat in the middle of the night. Binging is fine. No, binging is very much dangerous. Overeating is fine. Go shopping when you're hungry and buy everything that looks good.
Oh my God.
Doesn't this kind of feel like a troll? Sometimes I wonder if they are trolls, but then I have also like experienced like people really do think like this.
I feel like, okay, I'm trying to like feel the TR vibes, which on my channel I call it the toxic ritualistic for the sake of YouTube, because Fedra, aka YouTube, does not want you to talk about it. So basically, like Fatra, oh my God, I love that. But anyways, they're just, I feel like this person, like I'm using my third eye to like think back to when I was in it. I think this person, they might be exaggerating it. They might be like, this is what people feel like we say. So I'm just going to say it. And it's like, it might not be what you literally say in public, but that is literally how you live. These are your actions. This is what you're doing when you're in it. So it's like, it's not an exaggeration. It's that people see what you do. They're not seeing like your intentions or your inner turmoil or whatever, nobody's going to look that deep at you, especially not over something as boring as eating. It's really boring to people that are not within that problem. They're just literally not going to notice. If anything, as an activist, I'm always like, we got to get people to notice more. Like, let's talk about it. Nobody cares. It's literally like half of the work is getting people to care. So for this person to be like, they think that I say this all the time. It's like, no, they see your actions every single day. And this is what this person probably does.
Yeah.
So that's my statement.
Great. Order multiple things at the restaurant. Pack more food for work than you think you'll need. That makes me think of, what was it? It was did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
I did a tiny bit.
There's an episode where the main guy, Ted, he's working at this like firm, and this chick comes in with a rotisserie chicken, and he's like, "Oh my God, you brought enough chicken for all of us?"
Oh, awesome. You brought lunch for everyone? Look, when somebody opens up a container with an entire chicken in it, it's okay to assume they made lunch for everyone. And did I mention she had 12 sides?
Oh, so now you're gonna bash her figure. Real classy, Ted.
And it was definitely her chicken. Poor gal. All right. If you start thinking about food, that means it's time to eat. All food is real food. All food is guilt-free. You deserve to eat. Fuck diet culture. That is very fat.
It's very fat logical. Yeah.
Very fat logic.
You will not just be fat, you will be huge if you live by that. This is like beyond.
Yeah, you are gonna hurt yourself. It's so strange that stuff like that doesn't get taken down when it is clearly like promoting harmful behavior. Like we all can agree that like eating yourself till you're uncomfortably stuffed is dangerous. But
yeah, it literally is.
Yeah, and stuff like that doesn't get removed. However, if you put like, "Hey, did you know that I'm fasting today for such and such reasons?" That can get flagged and removed.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not consistent. Okay.
Okay, diet culture hates fat success, fat wealth, fat love, fat glamour, fat luxury. Be successful. Surround yourself with wealth. Dress up. Go to that fancy bar or restaurant. You're resisting fascism by living your best life. They want you to be miserable. Just say no. And it says, I'm planning an anti-diet culture trip around the Western Mediterranean.
Good luck.
You're going to stick out like a sore thumb.
People are just going to like side eye.
Yeah, people are definitely going to see you and then go home and
Be like, guess what I just saw? Yeah.
Exactly.
A huge American person.
Yeah.
All right, I'm planning an anti-diet culture trip around the Western Mediterranean. We deserve to live without being judged or discriminated against just because we don't fit impossible beauty standards. I was just thinking the other day, I was like, you know how much like hard work it goes into become like 600 pounds? Like it's not necessarily something that a person who doesn't have a fringe beating recorder, somebody who's got food issues. It's somebody who doesn't have food issues would have to work extremely hard to get that type of body. So in a sense, that seems like an unrealistic body standard to try to get, because there's a lot of work that goes into that. So this whole, and I don't want to fit impossible beauty standards. Like you're already like in a body that takes a lot of work for most people to get into. So it just doesn't seem like a good argument, to claim impossible beauty standards. Yeah.
I would consider being super morbidly obese to be unrealistic. It's like an unrealistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's completely impractical, almost to a comical level. It's that bad. Like just try to get on a flight and just see. It's like, oh my God, this is so stupid. What am I doing? But that's why people don't like that, because you're forced to see like this person is going to go to the Western Mediterranean, get a huge reality check and be like, oh my fucking God. And then they'll probably just try to block it out or something. And it's like, I'm wondering if that's why they have to dress it up as some kind of political thing, because it makes them feel like the complete embarrassment and cringe and everything that they're going to experience when they do this is worth something more than themselves, even though it's clearly not.
Yeah, I'm glad
So,
that you brought that up because I do feel like a lot of the time they bring up they make the argument that like their body is a political statement, and I feel like they do that because they want to add something of importance, like add like politics is importance right now. So let me say that my body is some way to fight fascism, but it's just a shield basically to prevent them from like having to get rid of their addiction, which is like food and stuff. I don't know if I worded that correctly. I'm a little foggy, but they just
yeah. Well, yeah,
add
I
that
think,
to make their body seem more important when it's unhealthy.
yeah. Well, I think it's also oftentimes within the TR, it has to do, everything within it has to do with justification.
Hmm.
Justification, guilt, and shame management. That's basically what it is, because it is honestly kind of, it is inherently shameful. I'm sorry. Like, we have to be real. Like, I don't like to say that because it kind of it can fuel somebody,
Yeah.
but it is the reality of it, especially if you're like 600 pounds or, you're getting really big. It is kind
Hmm.
of like inherent to being that
Yeah.
big, just because it's so
Hmm.
impractical to be that big. That's the best way I could put it. So it's
Yeah.
like, when you're there, you're going to feel kind of shamed anyways. And I think that they try to make it this cause or something, so that it's like, well, I feel the shame for some other reason, or like
Yeah.
for a
Besides,
big reason, rather than just feeling shame about my behavior or what I'm
mhm.
actually doing. Because
Yeah,
again,
the shame is
yeah,
worth it because it's for a good cause.
yeah, even though it's not, you're not helping anybody by being that size. Like, that's ridiculous to say. And you're
Yeah.
actually hurting people. Like, if you want to actually make that argument, I would say it's probably a better political statement to get to a normal weight than it is to be huge. If you really wanted to go along those lines, like, I don't do it politically on my channel because I think it just
Yeah.
distracts and people
Yeah.
just do too much with it. But
Yeah.
some people can if they want to. I'm not like totally against it 100%. I just don't
Mhm.
do it because it's like, I want to just like hone in on it.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, like, I am an activist. So doing it activistically, even if it's like a cultural activism, which is more so what I consider my activism, it's more cultural than political.
Yeah, yeah,
It's still like, you make more of an impact doing that than just self-destruction, basically. It's like, I don't
yeah.
know what statement you're actually even making, you
Well,
know?
and I don't think that they know either. I feel like they're all parrots.
Mhm,
They heard one person say that this is feminine rage, or this
mhm.
is fighting fascism because XYZ, and then they're just like, okay, I'm just going to repeat that, and they really don't have. There's nothing behind it.
Yeah,
And you're right. It is when you become so morbidly obese that you rely on others, you are causing harm to those people. You're unfortunately becoming a burden to somebody else, which sucks.
it does suck, and it's preventable and fixable.
Yeah.
So, and that's the part that they don't ever wanna hear either, because 'cause they'll say like, "Well, I'm already here, I'm stuck," and it's like, "But you're not." So you're still choosing it, and
Yeah.
they don't like that, because this person, I think that they're at a level probably where it's beyond like being a mid-size or whatever. Like, it's not just how you look. It's like, you have functional barriers to
Mhm.
what you're doing. And when you're at that stage, it's just, it's quite deep, actually. It's when it's just about your looks, it's kind of more shallow, but it's also like, you're really like, there's nobody cares, basically. I know people don't care.
Yeah.
They're probably just gonna look past you. Like, if you're just a mid-sized person, like by American standard in the Mediterranean or like around there, they're probably just gonna be like, "Oh, that's a kind of big American." And then that's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna think, and that's about it. But if you're like,
Gigantic.
400 pounds, yeah,
Yeah.
then it's like, whoa, then it'll be like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then
like,
it's
how did you
like,
even get on the plane?
yeah,
Yeah.
then they start asking those questions. But other than that, it's like, either way, it's not having any kind of impact at all.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just not, because most people don't care at all. And it's like a passing curiosity or something. It doesn't have any impact.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
that's, yeah.
And the other thing too, she wants to go to Monaco. And I went to Ireland last year, and the elevator at my hotel was so freaking skinny and tiny. I'm assuming this person is huge, so like 400 or 500s, and there's no way that she'd be able to use the escalator. And there was literally I could not find the stairs in that place because my husband and I actually we don't really like using elevators because I don't want to die. But we had to because like they don't have like the same laws over there as they do here, where like you always have to have a stairwell
Yeah.
access. And I couldn't find their stairwell, so I was like, okay, I guess we can use it. But it was literally you had to stand behind each other to be in it.
Oh,
So I can't
love that.
imagine somebody being huge. Yeah, somebody being huge fitting in there or visiting, But
I'd
yeah, there
have
was
to
a lot
say
of
I'd have to say a little prayer before getting in there. I'm not like a petite person at all. So it's like,
yeah.
ooh,
Yeah, I was like, I'm
of that.
shocked that we're both fitting in this, but yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually pretty shocked because Ireland, I obviously that was the first time we've ever been to Europe together, and like I thought that Ireland was a little bit more like I thought it was just America with an accent, But
Okay.
we didn't see. I live in Florida, and I was just telling somebody the other day that I see probably a person who is like 500 pounds. I see 4 new 500-pounders like every year. Like I've
Wow.
seen huge people out in public, which is good that they're out in public, but they're
Yeah.
humongous. And I never saw a single person in Ireland like that.
Yeah, I think it's probably rare. Like I live in Derry, Alabama. I live in and when you look out into the sea of people here, it's like half the people are mid-size,
Mhm.
mids, as I call them. So they're just kind of got a big gut, can't really say they're skinny or fat, they're just kind of there.
Yeah,
And
average or
then,
whatever.
yeah, well, it's not even average, it's mid. Like they're not average, they're overweight, they're very overweight, but they're not like obese. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like there's a
Mhm.
difference. And so you see that, and then you see like tons of small fat people, tons,
Mhm.
just taking over the world, just all everywhere. And then you'll
Yeah.
see like some thickums, which are like more average types, where it's like they're just kind of thick or,
Mhm.
whatever. They're not skinty slay. They're just like whatever, a normal person. And that's basically all I see. And then
Mm.
occasionally you will see somebody really, really big. But it was in 2024, I think, where I realized I was like, oh my God, I'm not the biggest person in the room anymore. Like, and it just happened. It's like I blinked and it was like, oh, that's weird, because I always was.
Oh,
When I was
wow.
like almost 400, I was always the biggest person there.
Really?
But now it's like, huh?
What a huge non-scale victory for you.
Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to compare because it's not good
Yeah.
to with
Mhm.
TR stuff, you
Yeah.
kind of have to not. But that's why I didn't notice it until I actually looked and I was like, oh, like, because I remember when I just blended in with
Mhm.
the herd, the fat herd, as I call it. I just blended when I was small fat. But then it was like, when I was mid, I was like, oh, like, especially 2025, I was like, I'm never the biggest person in the room now, ever. So
Yeah,
that happened.
your weight loss journey is like fucking crazy because I got recommended one of your older videos and I was like, what the hell? Like this is crazy.
Yeah,
And
it's
it wasn't
wild.
even from that long ago. Like I feel like you've lost a ton since even like last year.
Last year, yeah, I
Yeah.
did because I lost like 50 in
Yeah.
2025. So it's not like, it's not one of those like, oh, I lost 200 pounds in a year.
Mhm.
It's not like that, but it is like people don't realize how much 50 pounds really is. It's a lot. And so it's
Mhm.
like, it is a big difference. But I did want to ask you, when did you find my channel? I'm just curious.
Actually, I think maybe at the end of 2024, maybe last
Okay.
year. I'm not really sure though. I would just kind of like, because I didn't really start, you know how like people are YouTube people and they just like
Yeah.
they listen to YouTube like nonstop. I kind of like was going through like phases of like Spotify, like podcasts, and then kind of like jumping into YouTube. But I'm thinking maybe at the end of 2024, I kind of started like, throwing you on every once in a while. You very, very easy background, like
Nice.
calming. Yeah.
Love.
Very, very
Love
easy
that.
background. No, like conversationalist, like easy to listen to, yeah, like I think last year,
Okay.
in the beginning of 2024 or 25, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and come back to social media. I think like 24, I was like, I'm done with this shit, like trying
Yeah.
to be a off-gridder or something, like trying not to
It's a
have a
lot.
presence.
As
Yeah.
somebody who was on it quite a bit in 2024, it was a lot.
Yeah, I was just
can
like, I think
attest.
I'm done. But
I
no,
think that
yeah.
was like when Angelica got canceled and stuff. And I think towards the autumn I was okay though, because I had fun in my brat era. So I enjoyed that.
Your
And then
brat,
so you basically
I remember your brat era. So when was
okay.
that?
That was fall 24.
Okay, yeah, I do
So
remember posting. So yeah, it must have been like, because I remember you
around
posting a
then.
lot of lime green shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so then you joined before the mid-sized princess crisis. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw the whole thing, the whole freak out.
I honestly, I don't remember a ton of like the mid-sized princess stuff, but again, I was just kind of I wasn't really like watching
Yeah.
you like religiously, just like throwing you on. But now since I've started having like a
Yeah.
YouTube like channel, I don't even want to say presence, but I guess it is presence.
It
Since I've
is.
started YouTube, I've been watching all of us like
Yeah.
not religiously, but like,
Yeah.
in support, like watching,
Of course.
Yeah.
We love. Now I was just curious because I was just like I am always curious of when people found me, because it really
Yeah.
has been
To see where you were at.
yeah.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
So,
I think what's crazy too is I do remember you like in 2024. I remember you when you were bigger, and then now like just recently popping back in and watching your videos more. It's just like it's night and day. Like I was like, is this the same guy? Like how did he fucking do that?
you can. That's the point. You
Yeah, you
can.
can.
It's
You
just
can. You absolutely can.
it's just like you got that big. You cannot, but it
Yes.
takes time and
Yeah.
the vanity weight aspect, it's a lot of discipline. So that is a lot. So that
Yeah.
is a lot of work. But
Yeah. And I also was like, oh, he's got thyroid problems too.
mhm.
Maybe we could be friends.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm curious. So this is so scarring. I always ask them the scarring questions, but like, what are your
That's okay.
stats?
Open.
And what are your goals?
And
What are your
I
stats
will
and
trauma
goals?
dump on you. Wait, what?
I said, what are your stats and your goals? I'm curious. I want to know.
I'm currently at 178.5.
Okay, how tall?
You're like, I'm 5'4", so I am
Okay.
4 pounds away from just being overweight. And
Okay.
I want to be my first goal. So like when I always do in the new year, I always do like a New Year's resolution. I'm going to lose weight. Okay. Well, let's break it down. So I decided that I wanted to do like from now until June, I want to lose 20 pounds. So I wanted to lose 20 pounds. I want to be down to like 160.
Okay.
And then we can
That's
see if I
possible.
can ever get to a normal healthy weight. I just don't see myself being at 100. I have to be 145 to be a normal weight, and it just seems hard.
I would just take it one day at a time because
Yeah.
for me, I realized I probably have to downsize another 20 more than I was thinking, which is ugly. That's Fedra. No, I'm just kidding. That isn't Fedra, but if anything, Fedra's like, no, don't ever,
Yeah.
But no, that's where I'm like, fuck, because I realized I have a small frame. So
Yeah.
I'm a dainty fairy.
So you need to be on that lower end of healthy.
I do, which is
Really.
horrible, and I hate it. But I'm
Aren't
gonna
you
do it
tall
really
too?
slow. Yeah,
How tall are you?
I'm like 6'1".
Holy shnikes.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I'm gonna have to be. I'm so mad, but basically I have to continue. But I'm gonna do it
Yeah.
different this year, where it's really slow and like kind of easy because it doesn't have to be that extra.
Yeah. Just
But
focus on like building muscle maybe.
yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do 2 cycles of 1 pound per week for 8 weeks throughout the
Mm.
year. So I'm going to do one uncomfortably soon. I do not want to, but I'm like, I'd rather before the summer. So I'm like, I'm going to just do it pretty soon. And then I'm going to
Yeah.
do one in summer going into
Mhm.
autumn. And then that's it. But it should be easy. But I'm like, I'm mad. So
Yeah. Do you, if you're comfortable sharing, do you do like a specific meal plan or like a specific way of eating, or are you just like a low calorie baby?
I count. So I do track. And then I do mostly like, I've said on my channel, like mostly prothyroid, which it's kind of just, you avoid seed oils. So that's an out. And then I don't have bread and stuff because bread is a
Okay.
little bit, it's not the best
Well,
for the thyroid.
Yeah, gluten, thyroid, cellular,
Yeah.
molecular mimicry.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just noticed it. I'm like, I feel like absolute trash if I have it. So I try to
Yes.
like limit it, or basically I just eliminate it. I don't have it at all. But other than that,
Yeah.
it's like a basic bitch. Cottage cheese,
Mm.
disgusting, medium-sized eggs, like that type of good old
Yeah.
stuff.
Just like Whole Foods.
Kind of a lot of protein, pretty basic. It's
Yeah.
kind of gym bro a little bit. Like it's like I'm gonna have a
it
protein
sounds like
shake.
it.
Like it's on that level. And then when I have less of a deficit, then I'll have rice and stuff. And then when I was really deep in it, I would have candy. But I'd have like 1 pack of Mike and Ike, which was like 440. I could like tell you, I could recite it. I could recite it like a scripture. No, but it's 440.
ED coded.
And then now I've been trying to not have the dyes and stuff because they do. I think because I'm not as deep in it, I'm not as limited. And they do, in my experience, I do feel a little bit more hyperactive.
Yeah. I was telling Angelica, because I've given up so much. I've given up dairy. I've given up like bread. I've given up all the fucking awesome foods, sugar, no sugar. I've not had canola oil in my house for like 10 years almost. Like literally, we gave up canola oil a while ago. But I've been drinking these juice packets from Walmart because I was like, I want something besides just water sometimes, but I don't want to like always be like reaching for fruit or reaching for something sweet. Like I just want something sweet that's like 0 calorie. I can just drink it. And they have dyes, and I was telling Angelica Unfiltered, I was like, I think it's got a lot of red 40, but I think most of the people that I know are super hyperactive. It's worth it. It's worth it for me, so I could get it too. Give me some of that. So I don't really notice anything like
Honestly,
hyperactive or
this
like
is not
anything like
great
that.
to say, but sometimes it can help. Sometimes hyperactivity can help. It can get your need up.
Yeah.
I know that's like a bad take, but it did help me in the bra era because I was basically living on dyes during that time. And it made me really hyperactive. But I think for now, it's like, I need to focus now, like I had my anhedonia moment. So it's like, I have to not do that. I have to be like stable and whatever, because it's just different in maintenance. It's totally different. So it's like, because I was kind of numb before, now I'm super emotional. So it's like, if I'm hyperactive and emotional, it's like, oh my gosh, that's kind of a bad combo.
Yeah, like a bull in a china cabinet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Whereas
like all
when
over
I
the
was
place.
brat, I was just like, whatever. I don't care. Like, fuck everybody. I'm just moving forward. So it was fine.
Yeah.
But now
Like
it's like,
this.
I do care. Now it's like, I give a fuck. I care about everything. And this is hard. So I'm like, I
you're like,
can't
no
do that.
dies.
No. So that's just me. I'm not like if you had it around me, but I'm not TR. So I don't care what people do. I think people have a perception of that with me, but it's not true. But I am like, I'm not going to have your fucking McDonald's French fries. Like never, like there's certain things I'm just never going to do because that is just trash. Like, I'm sorry. That is not even a potato. It's like, get your ass in the kitchen and cut up a potato if you want.
Yeah, if you really need a potato, make it at home. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is like we've just been making anything that we want but doing it at home. So like
Yeah.
chicken nuggets, we used to be like huge McDonald's chicken nuggets. Like anytime that I fall off the wagon, I fucking blame chicken nuggets from McDonald's because it's always like, let's
Oh,
go
yeah.
get a 40 piece and split it and we'll have 20 piece each. Yuck. But so now I just make my chicken nuggets at home and it's just the same, you know. And in fact, it's more protein and very filling, and I feel like I can't eat for fucking days sometimes after them because they're just that much protein.
It's good. I'm a big proponent of just cooking the stuff at home because
Mhm.
also too, it does, I think for people within the TR, it's very helpful psychologically too, because you can make the argument you're actually more in control of what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of times when people try to fight people in the TR, they like give up control, or like they attack that, where it's like, I'm going to take control of what you're eating. That's not going to work for somebody. They're like, oh my God, you know,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
gonna
don't you
make
fucking
maybe
dare.
things
Yeah.
worse. Yeah.
So, but if you say that, it's like, well, you're actually more in control if you cook it
Mhm.
yourself, which it is true.
Yeah.
And you can actually cater it to yourself. But I also understand when
It's a
people are
good
super busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good handoff too, because like a lot of the people who are in the TR, like the reductive, is that what you would call it?
Mhm.
TR? Like
Mhm.
they want so much control. So it's a good
Mhm.
handoff, like, hey, you can have control by like making the food at home.
Mhm. Well, I
Uh
think too, even with the hinge side, it's still controlling, but
yeah.
it's kind of like you feel more controlling of other people. I know that sounds really awful, but it's true. So, especially if you're severe, like you have to remember there's different levels, but it's like, you can't say that about me. You can't talk about this around me. Like that's very
Mhm.
controlling. Or if we can't have that food in here in the
Mm.
house, you know, that
Yeah.
kind of thing, which I understand. It's like, oh my gosh, could you please not tempt me? Like there's different levels of intensity, but for
Yeah.
somebody who's like on the hinge side, that's really severe, they're going to be like really controlling.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like, you have to try to get to a point where you're not trying to control other people, or you don't feel entitled to their food, which I know that sounds
Yeah.
bad, but people that have the problem, they eat other people's food all the time. I mean, you hear it all the time. People
Yeah.
complain about it. So it's like,
Jamie Pizza. I don't know if you've heard that story.
I haven't heard of that. What was
Oh,
that?
Angelica Unfiltered was covering Jamie Weisberg, and she had eaten like some chick's sister from Reddit her pizza on their Israel trip.
Oh
Like
my God.
the
It's
chick
horrible.
she went to the shower and was like, you can have a slice of my pizza if you want, and then Jamie ate the entire pizza.
Oh no, yeah.
I
Yeah.
would
Bad.
die.
It's embarrassing. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I've done stuff like that. So I'm not
Me
like better
Yeah, no,
than Mal or whatever.
I've definitely dug into my friends' Girl Scout cookies and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I'm
fine.
like I've had friends like hide food from me before, which I was like, oh, okay, so I have a problem.
Yeah, that's a reality check.
Like, sorry. Okay, so this says started the post. I wish I saw more fat people in public. End of the post. Average American woman is about 5'4", wearing a 2X. So what is the truth? Okay,
Yikes.
let's see this. All right, I am dead fucking serious when I say I wish I saw more fat women in public. I want to see fat models. I want to see fat women in department stores getting absolutely hyped when they find racks and racks of clothing in their sizes and sizes up, so they too can get the oversized baggy fit.
Oh God.
Like women who fit into smalls and mediums. I want to see fat women wearing crop tops proudly and rocking mad midriff. I don't really care if I see fat women in crop tops. Do you?
I
Is that an
I mean,
issue?
for me, it's just like, if you want it so bad, then do it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
what is the entitlement to other people's effort? That's what I'm seeing. I'm
I
like,
love that.
yeah.
What is the
What?
entitlement to other people's effort? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
because you if you want to, like, I don't know, I'm not a fat acceptance person. So I'm like,
Yeah.
no, we're not accepting it. So I'm never going to be like, I want to see fat women everywhere. Like, no. I'm
Yeah.
not like, go stay at home and hide, but I'm not going to
Mhm.
comment either way. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
we're not acknowledging it because that's not who you are. That's basically how I see it. So it's like, if you're in public, you're in public as you, the person, not as a
Right.
fat woman.
Fat
Like,
person.
it's just you as a
Mhm.
person are in public. And that I do support, because I'm like, you need to get out of the house. A lot of people that are really severe in this stuff. They are very introverted.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know. No, I'm just kidding. But I am introverted too. So it's like I get it. But you need to get out of the house because you have to touching
Yeah.
grass is very helpful for
Yeah,
the
and
TR because
human interaction is a
yeah.
necessity for sure.
Yes, exactly. So I'm
Especially
very supportive of that. But yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
What were you
I
saying?
like it. Oh, I was just saying human interaction is important, and I was like, especially like at like I love going to older grocery stores because there's no like self-checkout. I love checking out with people because you interact with them, and I don't know, I guess I'm like an energy vampire. Who knows?
That's a hot take. No, I'm just kidding. I hate it.
Really?
I
You'd rather
hate
check.
it.
Oh my god, I love talking to people. Oh, I don't love talking to people, but I feel like I want to try my best to like brighten people's day or something. I don't know. I
No,
just
yeah.
enjoy
There's
it
nothing wrong with you.
more.
It's just me. Oh my god.
I enjoy it more. I fucking hate self-checkout. I hate self-checkout because also I don't like waiting in line. Self-checkout line is always crazy because people don't know how to fucking check themselves out. So
True. I do it like a military operation when I check out. So I'm insane. So I'm like, you know, I always talk about my astrology. I have Jupiter and Virgo. My Virgo just takes over when I get
yeah,
behind that self checkout. It's like
mechanical and meticulous.
it's like I got this. Like let me cook. Like I got it. You know.
Let me
So
cook.
I can have like a huge cart and I'll be done
Yeah.
faster than the freaking worker. I'm just crazy though. That's just me.
I love it though. That's good for you. Okay. I want to see fat women wearing crop tops, proudly rocking mad midriff. I want to see fat women trying on clothing for their friends and family and saying, look, it complements my body shape. It's like it was made for me. I want to see fat women with cankles. What the fuck? That's not a healthy thing to have.
No,
I feel like
it's
cankles is
not.
like cankles is a
Heart
sign of
problems.
inflammation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We're on the same page. Wearing
Yeah.
pretty jingling anklets. No, skipping and jumping to show them off. You can't skip and jump because your knees.
Yeah, that's true. I
If
still
you
have a little bit of knee paranoia. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't trust it. I'm like, ugh,
Dude,
I don't want to jump off the
I
curb. Yeah.
I have a bum knee. I hurt my knee probably 10 years ago, and when I started working out again, I was like, "Oh, it's still fucked up." And I heard it because I was obese. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's not fun.
it's not. But yeah, you can't be jumping and skipping if you're overweight or obese because you're gonna be fucking up them
Yeah.
knees.
I
Okay.
agree.
I want to see fat women on TV, in magazines, on billboards, in all manner of ads and online shop images because I want to see my fucking self. It always seems like that. It's like they're so fucking self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's where we get to zombieism too, because it's like in The Last of Us, they're all connected by the
yeah.
fungus, you know?
Yeah.
So we're not actually a person, we're like a horde. We're like a part of the fat herd or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have to see myself in because somebody else is doing something that's me. And it's like that's a huge step in recovery from the TR is you have to be like, no, I am me, they
Yeah.
are them.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And we're, you know, let's bring in, we were just talking about how Robin's an Aries. Let's bring in some Aries. Aries is like, I am me and you are you.
Yeah.
I'm my own person. That's very Aries. Let's bring some of that in
Yeah,
to the TR because no,
yeah.
you
If you want
have
to
to
see,
differentiate.
if you want to see yourself in an ad, then like go be a model, bitch.
Yeah, go be in the ad yourself. Then,
Yeah, go be in your
make
ad,
your own
people.
ad. Yes, exactly.
But also, I feel like I can open up a magazine and I do see a lot of more body positive advertising. Maybe not. Maybe it's they're starting to slip away from that. But I do see a ton of like, and maybe it's my algorithm because even on ads and stuff like that, I'll see a bunch of like bigger women or bigger people sharing or showing off clothing or like advertising for clothing or jewelry or whatever. So I don't think that this is a good argument either because it's like you guys
It's
won.
never
Like
enough.
we have a lot of representation for fat people in the media.
Well, it's never going to be enough
Yeah,
either.
they're never going to
So,
be happy.
no, never. By design, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're all that extra excess fat is hormonally active and giving them
Yes.
depression.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
All right, I want to see fat women living, loving, and being visibly proud of who they are because they are beautiful. We are beautiful. I want to see fat women because fat women need to see other fat women. Okay. Oh my God, that is so many fucking hashtags. This person is mentally unwell.
This person wants attention.
Yeah.
It's part of it too. A lot of people in the TR want attention. Oh my God, those are pretty wild
Yeah,
hashtags.
they're fucking dumb too. Let me read. Okay. But there's never a shortage of smalls because smalls, mediums, and even extra small is fucking ridiculous. And this shit isn't getting bought, so it goes on clearance for dirt cheap because because it's all in sizes most people would never even hope to fit into. What the fuck? Whatever. This
Well,
person's done
and
well.
it's like, it's okay to need attention. I think that that's kind of like demonized sometimes, but it's like, then just go find your tribe. Find people who like you and then
Yeah.
get attention from them. Like it's out there. If
Yeah,
you
there
seek,
is
you will
such a huge
find. Yeah.
community online at least.
Well, even just in person, it's like just go get some friends or something, or go find a boyfriend that really likes you or something. Go find somebody,
Yeah, go get a
or it's
fucking
like
hobby.
a lot of these women have kids too. It's like go spend time with your kid,
Yeah.
especially if they're young, then they still want to be around you. If they're a teenager, then I kind of get it. But
Yeah.
if they're if they're like young and stuff, it's like they want to be around you. You know what I mean? It's like because my cousin, she just had a baby, and it's like she's just always around her baby. So
Mhm.
it's like, and her baby's like obsessed with her. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
there are ways of getting attention that are not having a TR issue and like putting out that you're hugely fat onto everybody else. Like that is not a positive way to get
Yeah.
attention. It's just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
accomplish something.
Yeah.
Go get a
Get a
PhD.
hobby. Yeah, get a
Yeah, go
PhD.
get a PhD, go have a child, go get married, go buy a house and then post on social media. I don't give a fuck. I don't care
Yeah.
what you're doing, but go do something. Make something, make some clothes, paint something,
Yeah.
sing. Literally anything is better.
Yeah.
Do a dance, do a
Do
TikTok
it.
dance,
Go
but
tap
don't make it
dancing.
about being fat. Yeah, just
Yeah.
actually like be a good dancer. It's
Yeah.
like, why can't we just like actually like accomplish something or
Right.
like
And then
actually have people in our lives? Like go find some community or something. And
yeah.
and it's not wrong to need that. It really isn't. But to use the TR for that, that's wrong. That's where it's like, no, like you should not form a community based upon being hugely fat. That is horrible.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I agree. If you need some human interaction or some comfort or some people accepting you, like do it in a way that isn't surrounding a beating
Yeah.
recorder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, food isn't addictive, so I guess I just imagined my food addiction feeling exactly the same as my addictions to alcohol and nicotine and serving the same purpose. Silly me. All right, let's see what this person says. This isn't one that you sent me, is it? No, this is
No,
from
no,
8
no.
hours ago. Okay. All right, I'm really tired of having to explain to people that food addiction isn't fucking real. That pisses me off because of somebody who's suffered from food addiction. I tell people, so I used to experiment. Obviously, I told you this in a story before,
Oh,
but yeah,
yeah.
I was an
Well,
experimenter.
ooh.
Yeah, I used to be a party girl, and I still tell people that the hardest thing to quit has been cigarettes and food and sugar. And the other stuff was like, mentally okay. Physically, ouchy, but like easy to get rid
Mhm.
of. The hardest thing to quit is food. If you're addicted to food because it's so readily available, I can go to it can be 3 o'clock in the morning and I can go to McDonald's and get a 20 piece. So hard.
Yeah, so I don't agree with food addiction. Like I've said, I think it has a lot, like I've said it a lot on my channel. It's one of like my
Okay.
biggest points where people are like, but I used
Okay.
to think
Wait,
I was.
I don't think that I don't think I've heard you so you don't agree that food addiction is a thing?
I don't.
Really? I don't think I've
And
ever caught that in your videos.
mhm. But I think what it is, honestly, this sounds kind of woo, but I think in the
Mhm.
case of food, it is woo. It's kind of like what we think about it is what it becomes. So it's kind of, which I know that sounds weird, but it's like if you think of food as addictive, then it will be addictive. but it's not actually. It's kind of psychological. So it has to do with obsession and repetition and that kind of thing. And then people who have struggled with addictions, they'll see that same feeling in food,
Yeah.
but it's not actually the same. So like, but I understand what, to a certain extent, I understand what you're saying. I see it differently though. So I see it like you have insulin resistance and issues with that where you have to avoid sugar, right? That's correct?
Yes.
And it requires a lot of discipline. So I do think it does require a huge amount of discipline to avoid sugar. I didn't do it that way. I didn't avoid sugar. I do have a lot of discipline though in a lot of different aspects, but that part of it is it's difficult. It requires so much discipline, and especially in our culture where it's not just not a stigma to overeat, but it's actually actively pushed and celebrated to overeat. And people shame you if you don't. Like we're literally at that point as a society. That is very hard for a lot of people. So I think that is what it is. But as far as like physical chemical addiction, I don't agree with that as far as food. But
You
I
don't
do
think
see it.
that it's a form of like dopamine seeking?
I think it can be.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you have to learn how to have that response. You have to teach your body to feel that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't organically
Yeah, it usually
happen.
comes. Well, then, I mean, because I feel like that is okay. So I agree. It's not like a chemical addiction like heroin
Yeah.
or whatever, but the action of reaching for food when you have a hurt feeling is the addictive part. So the addiction is the action and the dopamine seeking. Is that what
Yeah.
you're getting at?
Because
Okay.
you can have like I was so programmed in the TR, like but I remember this one time back in 2014, I didn't even eat the Sour Patch Kids, but I could just go to the store and hold it in my hand or grab it on the shelf, and I could feel the dopamine flooding me just from holding it.
Oh wow.
So not even
So just the
actually having it.
action.
Yeah. So it's literally like seeing it or reaching for it or thinking about it. So it comes more from thinking about it, which that's why it, in my opinion, it doesn't treat as well if you treat it like an addiction, because it's not the actual food, it's the whole system, or like and it's a repetitious thing. So not everybody's like that, but you teach yourself to be that way. So now if I hold Sour Patch Kids, my brain is like, what the fuck ever, like who cares? You know, I don't even hold them anymore. I don't even give a shit about it anymore. Yeah. So, but that took years because you have to break that down. But that's different than like nicotine, where it's like that is straight up addictive.
Semantics, it's not an addiction, but I'm still going to call it an addiction because it feels very addictive to me.
I get that. I do understand it. It's similar. It's very similar.
Like, what would you call that then? Like, if we were gonna give it a word.
I call it an obsession.
Obsession. Food obsessed. Food compulsive. I like that.
So because it's just because you have to treat it differently, because you can't, because when people, and a lot of people will be like, oh, don't say that. But when people say it's food addiction, then they think that any and all reductiveness is okay because it's the food that's bad. And it's like, no, it's not. It's the obsession with it. So it's like literally you have to practice not thinking about it or practice taking the emotion out of it.
Okay.
Which is, yeah, that's where it can be a little harder. But I think in your case, not having sugar, it's a lot of discipline. So that is valid and that is annoying. And that is like,
dude, it was so fucking hard because I'm addicted. I was like addicted. I was obsessed with Haribo gummies, and I still am. But like, yeah, it was quitting sugar was like,
it's a lot of discipline.
It felt so hard. Even quitting rice, like every once in a while I'll have rice, like if we have like a sushi night. But quitting rice almost felt like I was betraying my ancestors because I'm half Asian. So I was like, I don't even think that this is like okay. This is abnormal. Like this is not how my life is supposed to be, but it is. I feel so. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it just depends. You have like different physical issues, so that's where we get into like some real like you have an actual issue that requires you to avoid carbohydrate or, that
Yeah.
requires you. If you have insulin resistance, that's pretty valid to me. That's a real thing. It's not like you're making that up. And that will
Yeah.
also make you have higher cravings, be
Yeah.
extremely like, you'll feel very
Carb craving.
unlimited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you have sugar, you'll just be like, I have to just keep going, going, going.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way. I get full. So like for me, when I stopped the damn seed oils and stuff, and then I stopped the TR in general, which my God, what a fucking rocket science moment, right? Just to stop the cycles.
Yeah.
Wow. But both of them at the same time, then my appetite went down. And then I started to get full from having sugar.
Oh,
So then I
okay.
was like, oh, that's totally different. But again, I have a very active lifestyle, which I know you make that point on your channel a lot too, where you're like, you shouldn't be having that many carbs if you're not active.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I do agree, because there is a purpose to it. Like I have an active job and then I'm going to the gym and then, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm always walking, I'm always moving. I don't have a sedentary lifestyle. So it's like, that's why it's work. So I don't think you're wrong. I don't, which people might be like, what? Because when I came out, I was very anti-keto when I first started, but it's because that was my weapon of the TR. I used it badly.
Used it to, yeah.
Yeah, I would use
cut.
it to do the cycle basically. So I didn't have good feelings about it. And then also too, people forget like genetic differences exist. So it's like some people do totally fine with a lot of carbs and some people don't do fine with a lot of carbs. Some people do great low carb. So it's like we have to allow that too.
Yeah, you have to allow that. I think that people are stuck believing that there is like one perfect human diet, and it's like, no, I feel like that doesn't make sense for somebody for somebody in Ireland to eat the same shit that somebody in the Philippines would eat because they don't grow the same shit. They don't have the same animals.
And even if you're thinking about it too, like even just climate is huge. Like where you live, if it's super hot and balmy all the time, like in the Philippines, from what I know of it anyway, it's like totally different than being frigid in Ireland or like rainy and cold. And it's totally different. It's like your body feels different. And that's even within one person. So it's like, imagine like different genomes or different populations, like you said, of people. It's totally different. And then your ancestors, so to speak, evolved to handle that environment. So it's totally different. And then also like when people have a lot of rice, like in those areas, there's also tons of sun. They're out burning hot all the time. Yeah. They're also having tons of like coconut water and that kind of thing, which really helps electrolyte wise. Whereas somewhere like Ireland, not really, it's totally different. So it's like, I think if you ate like tons and tons and tons of potatoes in Ireland, you might have an issue because maybe you're like staying home for the dark, cold winter or something,
You're
you're going to do better having a more keto vibe of like you hunted a deer and then you're eating that deer for like a week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So people just don't understand. And we're all just trying to make it work with what we got going on inside with where we live.
We're all experimenting. It's all just like one big experiment, really, and trying to figure out what works.
And so I have zero judgment of somebody avoiding sugar. I've always said that on my channel. I'm like, it's not necessary. Like, because people would tell me, I feel horrible if I have it. Then I'm like, then don't have it. I don't,
Yeah.
So it's like, people don't understand that. But I think in your case, I think what you're feeling is the insulin resistance and it causes you it just makes you really, really hungry.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like physical, but then you can combine the physical with the psychological and it can feel like an addiction, but it's actually a different mechanism. But, I'm not going to like police what everybody else says. It's just what I say.
You can't police our wording.
No, but it's just what I say. No, I am a firefly. Absolutely. I do consider you a firefly as well. So
I do have a gun. I'm just kidding.
You love that. No, I need to like.
All right, let's read this. Did I read this already? Okay.
Some of it.
And to read it. Okay, I'm really tired of having to explain to people food addiction isn't fucking real. It's literally just diet culture bullshit. Sugar isn't addictive. I disagree. but I
I
understand
don't
that
think it
you,
is. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah.
Fat isn't addictive. Carbs aren't addictive. Motherfucker, you're craving sugar because it makes you happy, not because it's an evil drug manufactured by Big Sugar to keep you compliant. I have a lot to say about that because I do think that Big Sugar is a big proponent and of the obesity industrial cycle. Like, basically, the obesity industrial complex is how the food industry, weight loss companies, and healthcare systems all work together. They make money off of processed foods that cause obesity, create a bad food environment, and then profit from the health problems that come with obesity. There's so much sugar hidden in every little fucking thing
Yeah.
to keep us buying food because to keep us buying like obesogenic foods. Uh, Hidden sugar makes foods taste better, and then you want to buy them
Uh-huh.
more. So I think it's all a
I
money
think
grab,
I
kind of.
agree with that. I think what people who don't believe sugar is addictive don't understand is sugar is not nutritious. Like
Mhm.
it's not very nutrient dense. So and
Yeah.
it does deplete your electrolytes. So I
Oh, I didn't
always
know that.
talked about that. Like especially potassium. It is just like your body has to use potassium to process it. And typically in
Yeah.
nature, carbs and sugar have potassium in them. So like a banana has potassium. That's by design, or it's supposed to, because it helps to bolster
To resupplement.
yeah,
Yeah.
or to it helps it basically has the potassium in it to help your body break it down and use it. So, but
Mhm.
if you have sugar, it's just taking and there's nothing being put back in. So that's where you have to have like when I was very, very big, I would have like Sour Patch Kids, but then I'd have orange juice with it because I'd make sure I get enough potassium. So then it worked. But I was also like freaking huge.
Yeah. That's
And
so
walking
much.
around was like an Olympic activity for me to just get up and walk.
I was gonna say that is such a huge like insulin bolus, like sugar from the
Mhm.
Sour Patch Kids, and then like the added orange
Yeah,
juice
but
is
you
like
have
a
to think
ton.
too, like when you're that big, just breathing is a workout. I mean,
That's true.
which
Yeah,
you
moving your
haven't been
hand.
there. Like when I was a mid-sized princess, which I would consider you mid-sized. I don't know if
Yeah, I
that's
am.
offensive or whatever, but
No.
uh
I
you
have
never know.
ice.
That that's a loaded term. People have like they freak when they hear it.
No,
But I
I'm
think it's a very useful term.
yeah, I'm very much mid-size. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So when I was mid, no, never. I would never have done that because it's like I wouldn't have needed to. It would have been
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. Like, ugh, I probably would have gotten like nauseated if I would have done
Yeah.
that. So no. But like I said, it feels different because, like I said, breathing was an Olympic activity when I was huge. When I was mid, it's like I could just like freak around and like punch someone. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't punch anybody, but I could have,
Yeah.
I was yelling at everybody. So
Mm.
it's like I had energy and stuff and I had a kick in my step. And it's like, no, you don't need that then. So that's like, no, like I said, that was when I was kind of doing the Mike and Ike, and that was
Mm.
it. So for me, that was like 20% of my calories was coming from sugar. That's not very much. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like people don't understand that it's different at different levels. And then now being more in maintenance, I still have a little bit of sugar, but I need even less. I think I had like 3 tablespoons, and that might be all I have today. So
Yeah.
that's totally different than like when I was having that double up, but I needed it because I was dead. So it's like you have to think like people when they're huge, it's like, and they're getting Gatorade, it's like I kind of get it because living is an athletic activity.
Yeah.
Breathing is an Olympic level sport. Bending over to tie your shoes
Yeah.
is like,
It's like getting up out of bed.
getting up out of bed. It's like there's a reason why Amberlynn Reed doesn't want to get up to
Mm.
go get food from the fridge, because it's like an athletic activity. Like you saw when she walked, she's like dying.
Yeah.
That's the kind
Yeah.
of thing, So yeah, it's a big thing.
All right. Okay. Fat isn't evil. Okay, fat isn't some evil hardcore addiction that'll ruin your life. Literally, just a nutrient that you need to survive and to solubilize your vitamins. Cutting out carbs won't give you the perfect waste because you need that shit for essential energy, and you can't get addicted to vital shit that you need to survive. You poor mutilated people. So actually, carbohydrates is not a what is the word I'm looking for? It's not a vital macro. Like you can survive without them. I mean, people thrive with them. You know, I'm not telling you
Mhm.
not to have them, but it's not the core nutrients that you need are fat and
Yeah.
protein.
You
So
you will survive. Now,
yeah.
I do think there are some limitations, like I said, especially if you're working out, you're very active, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It can definitely be tough. Like
Yeah.
you can do it, you can, but it can be a little harsh. And that's where I'm like,
Girl.
like if
Last
you're
weekend,
yeah.
I fucking worked out fasted because I'm used to working out fasted because I
Yeah.
usually start with cardio. I'm used to working out fasted because my blood sugar is usually high in the morning, so I have all that
Okay.
sugar that I need to like get rid of.
Mhm.
But I worked out fasted, but we were doing lifting, and I had never done lifting as a ketogenic baby girl, and I
That's
felt
tough.
like absolute shit after. And I was like, I need to eat something before. So this morning I had
Yeah.
some shit before I lifted. But
Yeah, but that kind of stuff, like, is totally, that's very individual. So it's like,
yeah,
I understand that. And some people, like, especially if you have insulin resistance, a tiny, minuscule amount of sugar is necessary for you to be fine. And then
mhm,
same thing with like, you could eat chicken breasts, and like you said, your body can break that down into
and turn it into
carbohydrate,
glucose.
and it
Yeah,
might be enough. Whereas like for me, I needed carbs to have energy. Like it just was not working. And I think that that's just like a
it's
this or
individual.
that. Yeah. If
Yeah,
you just have to
it's
see, and you just have to be honest with
yeah,
yourself, which that's
yeah.
hard because I had to have a lot less fat.
Mhm.
So you still have to make concessions,
Yeah,
whereas you could just have a bunch of fat and you're probably fine. I had to
yeah.
have less of that because I would get hungrier if I had a lot of fat. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, it's so crazy. I think it's so interesting. I think that human bodies are so beautiful, just the way how different
yeah,
we are, you know? Um,
yeah.
like it's so interesting how the human body works. Like yesterday
Mhm.
we had a bunch of chicken nuggets for dinner. Like I made them. They're super high protein. I make them with like pork rinds and shit. But this morning my blood sugar was like 110 milligrams per deciliter, and like that's pre-diabetic. But I
Oh
haven't had
wow.
any sugar. That's just what happens when I have a lot of protein at night.
Mhm.
Just my morning blood sugar is just like, hi, you're gonna be sweet for the rest of the day. So yeah,
Mhm.
but it's just strange.
Yeah. Whereas I think for me, it's the opposite. Like I would have low sugar. I
Mm.
start to have like there was this one point where it's like I was having what is it? Hypoventilation from having low blood sugar. And I had to have these crackers to like be able to breathe better. So it's
Wow.
crazy.
So
But
you were not breathing well because you had low blood sugar?
yeah, which is
Huh.
crazy. And then I also have a hard time retaining sodium because I don't have as much insulin. So, because you need insulin to
Yeah, to
maintain
like hold,
sodium.
you need carbohydrates to hold your sodium and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I
So
have to have carb too. Otherwise, I'll have like zero water retention and then I'm like
yeah.
dying of dehydration.
Do you
So
do
it
you
is just
supplement
different.
your electrolytes? I have to supplement my electrolytes because I'm keto.
I do sometimes. I don't have to that much though, because
Mm.
I do have a lot of like I have plenty of salt. I still have to have a lot of salt, to be
Yeah.
honest, which I do swallow sometimes. But I'm a salt girly pop. I believe in it.
Yeah.
Power to the
I love
salt.
salt.
Yeah, well, you definitely need it if you're keto because you
Yeah.
gotta have it. Like it's
Yeah, I
like totally
think
needed.
so. I don't think we told the audience, but I was having a panic attack before we started filming, and I think it was because I did not have any electrolytes when I
Yeah,
went to the gym, and I think I was just low. But I feel much better after having
good.
some.
I'm glad. So yeah, super interesting. I love it though. I
Yeah,
like that you're
I.
like into the dieting side. I think that's interesting to talk
What do
about
you mean?
because I don't talk about it that much on my channel because
Oh,
people
about
are
eating.
there's people in the TR, man. You talk about it, they're like,
Oh,
what? You know,
talking about like what
like
we eat.
nutrients, yeah, just anything. They're like,
First of all, it's my channel and I'm going to talk about what I
diet.
want, okay? And then also, I'm not if you're getting your advice from somebody who's as dumb as I am from the internet, then that tells something about yourself. Like don't get medical or nutritional advice from me. I'm not equipped to do that. I work at a desk. Like a dumbass, please don't take any of my nutritional advice. I'm not ever going to sell somebody keto or anything like that. Like it's so individual, and I'm
Yeah,
not a
it
big,
is.
no, I'm okay with that. Yeah. So I don't want people to be offended if I talk about nutrition, but like if you're in control of your own triggers is all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Fat isn't okay. We already talked about that. Okay. Yeah. The next one. Okay. Let's do one more and then we can call it a day. I don't like any of those. All right, so this is here we go with the dating preferences, fat phobia argument again. Hey, by the way, if you say something along the lines of, I just want to date someone who takes care of their body, I'm assuming you're fat phobic. Hashtag, like, do you really want to date someone who takes care of their body or do you just want
Oh
to date
my
somebody
God.
skinny? Hashtag, fat people can be healthy. Hashtag, if you come into my comments saying this is a preference thing, fuck off and gain some critical thinking.
Oh my
Fat
God.
liberation. I don't, yeah, I agree. It is definitely a preference thing.
Well, it's also, again, it goes back to entitlement, which is that is literally their whole like brand is I'm
Yeah.
entitled to everything with no
Yeah.
effort. And that's
Any
basically what that's giving.
yeah, anything a skinny person gets, I need to get it also. And I feel like that's icky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cringy.
Yeah.
And as far as the TR, a lot of people in the TR, they weaponize sexuality, which I don't understand that, but it happens a lot. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
talk about it in
I
my next era.
yeah, you should because I'm very interested about that. I feel like a
They
lot
do
of
though.
yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And then I feel like a lot they I keep bringing this up, but I just feel like there's so many different flavors of fat activism and fat liberation, and they're not all on the same page. And
Mhm.
it's so very interesting to me that I feel like I also need to do like a breakdown of like what everybody believes because somebody in the fat acceptance realm can look at this and be like, "No, I agree. It is a preference thing." And then other people be like, "Go off, girl. Like we don't fuck with fat phobia. People not wanting to date fat people is gross or something like that." And I feel like using the words fat phobia as a weapon against somebody because you don't like the way that they find people attractive is gross to me. I just
Yeah, it's very controlling.
yeah,
It goes back to
controlling.
that. It's controlling. It always goes back to control, and that's what it is. They want to control how you see them, which
Mhm.
is not possible. That is literally like a myth. So if somebody is not into you, they're not going to be into you. That's it.
Yeah.
End of the day. I mean, some people they can develop interest in you over time or whatever, like there's differences within people, but it's like you're not entitled to it and you can't control it. So
Mhm.
that's it. You
Yeah.
just show up and that's it. And because I like a lot of people that are fat are in relationships. So that
Mhm.
is always weird to me anyways. So I just don't
Wait, what's weird?
it's weird that they act like nobody fat can have a relationship or
Uh-huh.
that they're even concerned.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's like most people are fat and most people are in relationships. So make the connection.
Yeah, so like where do you see that nobody likes
Yeah.
fat people?
Where's
Because I
the scarcity of
yeah.
fat
Dude,
people dating? Like,
I swear to God, it's like they live in some kind of a bubble where they only know
yeah,
5 people. Like, what are you talking
yeah.
about?
Well, and it's like if they're struggling themselves, that's valid, but don't make it about fatness. There's so many fat people
Yeah.
that do not struggle with dating.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just let it go. That's
Yeah.
it's just a bad point. It's a bad talking point.
Yeah, it's a bad
Yeah.
argument. And the other
Yeah.
thing that I think about when people post shit like this, when I post something on the internet, when I comment, I don't always use the correct grammar or spell things correctly, but I always try to make sure that my argument I have some sort of
Mhm.
I've played in my head a counter argument or something. What's something that someone's going to reply to this and do I have an answer for them? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like this person literally just posted this out of their very emotional ass and
Mhm.
didn't think that people were going to come out with like science behind this or just like
Mhm.
logic, it is illogical for you to assume that just because how am I gonna wear this? It's not it's just gross to call people out because they're not dating fat people and call them like fat phobic. Like it just doesn't it's just icky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's cringe.
Like why wouldn't you think a little bit harder? Why wouldn't you, add a few more sentence? Let's elaborate on it maybe. Why?
Yeah.
Like why do you think this way? This is not a good, you clearly. And then the thing too is they post tiny things like that because they want people to argue with them so that they have, hits, conversation,
True.
you know.
Can be an attention grab too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, that is our episode. What did you guys think? I know that we, we're kind of getting to know each other,
Mhm.
and I
Having
think,
fun.
yeah, we're having fun. We're farting around, which I like.
Yes.
And this was the first time that I've hosted a guest. So I feel, well, I've hosted Angelica, but she was running the show. This is the first time I'm running the show, and I feel like it went okay. Not too
Yeah.
terrible.
I think it was good.
The transition scenes, maybe I could do a little better, but I had a lot of fun. What about you?
I did.
Yeah.
I definitely did.
Good. I'm glad. And I'm glad you're here, and I appreciate you coming and
Yeah, of course.
chilling. All right. So if you made it all the way to the end, let's do it. What should we emoji? What should we make them do?
Zombie emoji.
A zombie emoji. and or brains.
Yes.
And then after this, if you haven't already watched Alex's video, I'm going to go ahead and link it below or up there. And you should go watch his video because we are cute. Okay?
Yes, we are.